Alright guys, so the volume's a little bit off, don't worry about that. That's just because I'm streaming from a computer, not with my mic, so there's going to be a little bit of background noise. But during the replay stream, this is the very first one we're going to do, unboxing replays. It's not going to be like that. The background noise is actually going to be okay in some videos, in others it's not going to be the best. Depends where I did the unboxing. But yeah, this is the first one. We're gonna see how it goes, and then we're gonna go on with unboxing videos, and then we're gonna do other days the other replay stream as well. So we're gonna do both. So we got Kels in here for the very first unboxing replay stream. We got Epic and Chris. All right, guys. So it's about to start in just 1 minute because he's scheduled to start at 2:25, and right now it's 2:24 for me. For you guys, it's whatever time it is. It's 1 minute away from starting. It's a short replay stream. It's about almost 2 hours in total, so I didn't make it that long. And that's because I put the latest stuff in it. Well, not all the latest stuff, but most of the latest stuff is here. So right now it's 2:25, which means we start the replays. Let me know how it goes, and here we go. Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna be doing a quick unboxing, so let's get started. We just got this shipped in. So here we go, here's the box. Now around the box, there isn't that much information. However, on the other side, back here, we do have the serial number and a little bit more information. Anyways, there's tabs here that we have to take out. Now keep in mind, this is an iPhone 16 Pro Max. So it's the bigger one than the Pro, just slightly bigger. And here it is. So let's take a look at what's inside first. All right, so we got the cables, SIM card, and manuals. All right, so let's just take a look at every single thing from here first. But right now, this shot, right this second, you're taking a look at everything that comes inside the box. Anyways, the SIM card tray comes out with this. So here's our SIM card tool. So this is what comes inside the box. If you guys ever lose this, there's an earring that you guys can use. Oh, almost any earring really will work on your phone. Here are the cables, and you guys will notice that they are USB-C. Now I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see any markings. And the only markings that you will see are right here. You guys can barely read that, but yeah, that's it. And only on that side. On the other side, nothing. There's no Apple logos, nothing. No markings on the cables themselves. And yeah, these are USB-Cs. So it doesn't come with a brick, so you're gonna have to charge it with your computer, or you have to buy a brick for it, which they're on sale right here on apple.com. The manuals, well, I should just say paperwork, is this stuff. So there's not much to show you really, because this is it. And here's more, but yeah, that's it. If you guys want to see the manual, how to use this, how to set it up, I do have a separate video for that. So again, if you guys want to see this in action, there's a separate video. Now let's take a look at the phone itself. The phone, yes, it's bigger than the Pro. That's what this Pro Max, because it's quite bigger. That you do have the same 3 lenses. Now let's take a look at the ports around it. Let me just take this out for now. And right here on our ports, this is the only one really. That's where you charge it up or sync it. We have right here our SIM card, goes right in there. We have our volume keys. We have our silent. Okay, you can customize this one as well. On the other side, we've got this, that's for our camera. And we also have our power. All right, so the first thing about this type of color is that you get smudges. I just noticed that right away. So with other colors, you don't get that smudgeness around it. Gotta say that because I do have another color for this. And that's kind of nice, but with this one particularly, I can really see my fingerprints around it, which is very annoying. Now on the back itself, yeah, no fingerprints. Not that visible at least. But anyways, I also want to highlight that the camera is right here on the top. So you have that front camera. And as I already highlighted, you got 3 lenses right here for your camera on the back. On the top, there's nothing, by the way. Now, how much bigger is this iPhone compared to the Pro? Well, let me bring the Pro. So right here, you guys can see the difference size-wise. So here's the Pro Max. Screen, well, it's gonna be the same thing, the size difference. So we're gonna turn this on for the very first time. To turn it on, just press the power key, hold on to it, and we should see an Apple logo. And we're gonna take a look at the screen in just a minute. So right now it's turning on, and there we go. So that is how the screen looks like. And I gotta say, it's a big screen. Just like the other one, you do have those black edges around it. So it's like same thing really, but let me just show you. Here is the Pro Max and the Pro. That's the screen size difference. But anyways, I do have a separate video that teaches you the whole difference between the two. This is just a quick comparison so you guys have an idea. Anyways, as far as an unboxing video goes, this is it really. We do have a setup video and a manual for you guys to check out if you guys want to see this guy in action. That's it. There's nothing, literally nothing else to show you about this awesome phone. And I'm gonna mention this again. With this color, you get smudges. You get fingerprints almost everywhere pretty easily. Alright guys, we just got our MetaQuest 3S right here. So here's our MetaQuest 3S. Now, if you guys are buying a MetaQuest 3S that has more gigs, less gigs, it's gonna be the exact same thing inside your actual box. So don't worry about it. This will be just fine if you're watching this unboxing right now. Anyways, let's just open this up. So we have these tabs on the sides. You have another tab on the other side. And now before I fully open it up, on the back of the box, you guys are gonna see some of the information of what comes inside. And also the fact that we do get this game for free. Again, that's once we get everything set up. Anyways, let's just open this up. All right, so let's just go on, open this up. Pretty nice the way that they actually did this. Now what's kind of weird about it right away, that there's dust on this already. Oh, it's not dust, it's from this. Okay, so this material, yeah, it gets like dust on this. But anyways, let's just take this out. Now before I fully take everything out, I gotta say on the side of the box, we're gonna see this. So it gives you instructions of what to do, kinda right away. And then here we go. There's the start here by scanning that, and then that's the paperwork that we get with this, which is good. It's pretty easy to set up. So I do have a setup video, by the way. So right now we're just gonna see what's inside the box. But again, I do have a setup video, a review of how to use this. So make sure to check that one out if you guys, especially if you guys want to see this in action. So that's the only thing that we're gonna have here on the side. And now let's take a look at the MetaQuest. So let's take this out. We have one of these there. That's good. We got the power. Let's take everything out actually. And we got our controllers. That's it for this part. So right now let's take a look at what's inside this thing first. So let's open this up. We're gonna see this. I'm just gonna place this on the side. Gonna take a look at our cable. Let's take our cable out. It's just USB-C, USB-C. It does come with a brick, so you don't have to worry about that. So here's the brick. I like the way that they made this, just so you can take it out and put it in. Set the pull on this tab, which gets that unsticky, and then you take it out. It's kind of nice. So the cable that you would use to charge this guy, and not just charge, but sync it up to your computer if you need to. Well, that's it. And then this is what you need if you want to charge it up. So let's take a look at this first of all. I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see the details. So this is the most that I can zoom in. So you guys can see all the details from it. It does tell you quite a bit of information about the adapter itself here. So that's pretty good. 18 watts. So again, this is how it looks like. It's a normal design, I guess. It's pretty small. Has a good weight to it, so it seems good. Now the cables, on the other hand, that you guys get are these. Are there any markings on these guys? No, there's nothing. So if you guys are wondering what type of cable you guys get, well, yeah, it's these USB-Cs, but there's no branding on them. The cable itself all the way around, there's like no numbers, nothing that says MetaQuest on it, and no information at all. So they're very, very basic, but that's how the cables look like. So these are the controllers that we get with the 3S, which I gotta say, they feel and look exactly like the 3. If you guys are wondering with the MetaQuest 2, they're different. The 2 had like these rings on it, and then the 3 came out which didn't, and obviously these guys don't as well. You guys would have to pull on these tabs, so I'll show you what happens. So right here we have the batteries. Let me just take this out, and here are the batteries. So once you pull on this tab, it's just gonna make that connection and they're gonna start working. I'm not gonna do that right now because this is just an unboxing, not a setup video, and I want to show you exactly that, what comes inside the box. But yeah, these guys already come with batteries. I would suggest getting some rechargeables because they do last, but not that long, especially with the new controllers. I found out with the MetaQuest 2, they last longer than with the 3. And with the 3S, same thing. They will not last as long as well because it's pretty much the same thing. Now let's take a look, finally, at the MetaQuest 3S. So here it is. It looks pretty nice. You can see it's got the lenses here, pretty much just like the 3. And I did expect to maybe it would feel cheap or something like that. It feels good. It feels just like my 3. Although this is the 3S, significantly cheaper, it feels like good quality. So again, I did expect something that felt cheaper than this, because this does not feel cheap at all. So again, this is the 3S. That's what it looks like, the front. On the bottom, we're gonna have these buttons here, volume keys, got your power, got some sensors. On the sides, as for ports, the only actual port is here where we charge this up. There's the power button. Oh yeah, I said the power button's here, but that's not the power button. Power button's on the side. And on the back, now let's take a look at it. So remember that plastic that we got? Yeah, that's your spacer. So if you guys have glasses, the spacer will be useful. But most people will get prescription lens for this because even with the spacer, it's just not great. So again, this is it. A lot of people don't even get to use this part because they upgrade right away. So you guys can upgrade to get something to charge your MetaQuest, so that way it lasts longer. So a battery pack on the back, basically. So, and it is better for you. So the Elite version, it is better than this, and it's really easy to change this. So again, I gotta say, it feels just like my MetaQuest 3. I don't even see a difference right now, so let me just take this out. It's a good thing that it tells you no liquids to clean this up. It's because some liquids are pretty harsh. So these lenses do have coats on them, and depending on the liquid that you use, you can end up taking that out, and then it'll just scratch up even more easy, and then you'll end up damaging it. So that's why you do get those warnings about it. So right here, you guys can see how it looks inside. All right, now this is squishy, squishy, squishy. I don't really see a difference with my 3. I can even see this is gonna be easy to take out as well. Now on the side, it looks like so. Let me show you the other side. Looks like this. Now this is just an unboxing video, so there's not much more I can show you since that's all we get inside the box. You guys got a glimpse about the MetaQuest and all the buttons inside it's got, plus the ports. Now the controllers themselves are pretty standard all the way around them. There's not much to show you about them. But yeah, definitely make sure to watch the setup video so you guys can see how to set this up. We're going to be unboxing this awesome iPad, so let's get started. Around the box, there isn't much to show you, but on the bottom, you will see the serial number. And on the sides, there will be these tabs that you just have to pull to open up the box. So let's just open this up. We're going to see what's inside. So here we go. Let's just put the iPad on the side for now and take a look at what's inside the box. So we got our manual, cable, charger, and that's it. So on this shot, you're seeing everything comes within the box. Let's just start off with the manuals. And they will be in several languages, plus some paperwork here, and obviously your stickers. So, I think I'm missing one. Nope, nothing missing actually. So let's just take a look. We got the French version. I'm guessing this is the English one. Yep. So this just gives you an idea of how this works, but just a really quick idea. And here we go with the power cable. So this is to charge our iPad. Let's just take this off and take a look at it. Here we go. All right. So the cable itself, I know a lot of you are watching this video just because of this actually, and there are no markings around the cable. The only markings you're going to see is in one of the sides, and I'm going to zoom in so I can show you. It's on this side of the cable, and here we go. So it's very hard to zoom in on this and actually show you, but those are the markings down here below. Again, so hard to show you guys what it even says there, but that's the only marking that you guys are going to see around the cable. There's not going to be an Apple logo here, or anything like that. Just up here, there's some writing. And on the cable itself, again, nothing. But this is USB-C. And then we got our brick. So let's just take this out. So here we go. Again, there's not going to be any markings around it except for this part. And I'll zoom in on it a little bit right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So right here, you guys are going to see actually a lot of information about this. Here it is. And you will notice the exact same one for all other newer iPads. Same one. No difference. Anyways, let's just get down to the iPad finally and let's open it up to see how it looks. So here we go. Let's just take this out. Now, I personally was really about this iPad because it's one of those colors that not that many people are going to get, but it's a pretty neat one actually. It's very, very shiny. So there's not that much to show you around the iPad itself, but here's the camera. I'm going to show you the ports. There's only one, by the way. Serial number and all that stuff you guys are going to see down here below anyways. And right here is the port. So again, there's really only one port. If we turn this around, you guys are going to see this. A lot of people won't even care about this because you won't get a keyboard. Others will. And then on this side, speakers, oh yeah, power button. And then on the top, you've got your volume keys. But again, it's a really minimal design. It's pretty thin. And if you had an older iPad before, you would have noticed the camera was on the sides. And now it's right here. So it's like a horizontal view. It's up here actually, the camera. So it's no longer vertical, it's horizontal. So that's where they place the camera now. That's the big change. But anyways, let's just turn this on for the first time so you guys can get a look up to where exactly the screen goes, because it doesn't go up to the sides right here. It makes it look like that. But once you actually turn it on, you will notice up to where it goes. Here you go. So this is how it looks. And yes, you can't really appreciate fully how crisp, neat the screen looks right here, but it's a good glimpse at it at least. So once again, this is just a rare unboxing video. If you guys want to check this out and see it in action, make sure to check out the setup video and manual for it. All right, guys, so we have this awesome computer to unbox, so we're just gonna get started. All right, so right away, what I can tell you is that it feels pretty heavy, actually. Almost, especially this part, felt like an iMac. Now, besides the computer itself, that's all in one, by the way. It's not just the screen or monitor. It is a computer, full-on computer. That's why I'm comparing it to an iMac, although it's way cheaper than iMac. I'm just gonna open this up, see what's in here. So in this box, we get everything that we need for this to work. So let me just start off with, let's say, the manuals that you guys get this. So here's product support. It just sort of shows you this. That's about it. We also get these manuals, warranty card. Let me just show you the warranty card pretty quick. There's not much to show you about it. But here's the setup guide, which I have a setup video for this, so you guys don't really need to see this. But it's a good reference anyways to have. So that's all that's in here. But I do have a video on how to set this up. So you guys can want to see this in action, watch that video. This one's just to see what's inside the box. And right here, we have our AC adapter. It's a pretty nice one. It's actually pretty small. That's kind of nice to see. And here's the cord. Pretty standard cord that you get with it. So again, let me just take this out from the plastic. So here we go. It is a pretty long cable. So this you cannot take out. That's like that. Now some of you are just watching this video just for this information. So let me just try to zoom in. So that's the most I can zoom in so you guys can see all the information about it and the other side. But that's it. There's not much to show you about this guy. And let me just show you the cable that came with it. Now the cable that came with it, again, I'm trying to zoom in as much as possible so you guys see any details that you guys are watching this video for. But that's all the details that I can give you about the cord itself. Because there is some stuff here. I'm going to try to zoom in so you guys can see. Okay, that's the closest I can go to the cable itself. So this is the cord. This is the wording that it has on the cord. It's pretty hard to see actually. But that's the wording that you get on the cord. So again, I do these close-ups just in case. People watch these videos for so many reasons. Anyways, besides that, we get this wired mouse. It's kind of sad that you get a wired mouse with computers now. They should always be wireless, in my opinion. But I know a few people that like wired ones, just so they don't have to worry about battery levels and all that stuff. Charging batteries, changing the batteries, depending. Now, the mouse itself, I'm going to show you right now. On the back, there's also some information. So here it is. Let me zoom in again. And that's all the information that you guys are going to see on the back of the mouse. Now the keyboard, on the other hand, is pretty nice. Also wired. So that would be my complaint, because I don't like wired stuff. I like wireless. But it does look pretty nice. It's a pretty nice keyboard. You guys can see it's one of those big keyboards. And there's not much I can show you with the keyboard itself. You guys can see everything. Let me show you the back of it so you guys can see a little bit more information as well. So here is a close-up of the keyboard on the back. So it is a really standard keyboard, but it's actually pretty nice. So we're gonna leave that there. Now what you all been waiting for, right here, here's the computer. So the camera's up here, by the way. Really simple design. It's not that thin, so let me just show you. So you guys can take a look at the thinness. It'll be around this thin. You guys can compare that to my finger. But it does have this bulge, so it does get bigger than what you guys see here. So it looks thin, but then right away it gets thicker. Now on the back is where we everything. So it's power button. So your power's gonna be back here, and your ports are gonna be right there. So I'm gonna zoom in so you guys can see the. So we have our HDMI's, got USB, got Ethernet right there. We got our power, and luckily we have USB-C. But I do gotta say it's pretty to have those HDMI ports. Sometimes these guys don't come with that. So it's really nice to see an all-in-one with 2 HDMI ports. And as mentioned on the back, so if you're facing the computer, it's gonna be on your right-hand side. On the back, you're gonna see the power button. So to turn it on, you just have to press onto it, but that's where the button is located. And that's how it looks like. Now, how much does this tilt? Well, right now it's the max tilt, you guys can see. You guys can kind of appreciate that from the side. And then if I put it straight or tilt it the other way, that's the max tilt that you guys will get going forward. I want to highlight that the stand's pretty nice. That's the heavy part. It's a nice metal finish. Other than that, I'm just gonna do a few more close-ups so you guys can appreciate the computer a little bit more. So again, the camera's here. It's kind of hard to show you. The branding is on the back of the computer. Now, something I didn't show you is the top of the computer. There's really nothing there. And something I forgot to show you guys was these ports. This is under the computer. On the right-hand side, you guys have these ports as well. So you guys will see a button here. This is your audio. And we got another USB. And the button down here below, by the way, that's for your mode. So you guys can change your mode there. On the other side, there's nothing. You guys will see this. That's the bottom of the computer. That would be it for this unboxing. Got the brand new Pencil Pro. So we're just gonna open this up. On the back of the package, actually I should show you around the box before anything. Not much info, not much info. The only information that you guys will want is back here. Serial numbers and all that stuff. It tells you what compatible with, which is something that Apple definitely needs to do with all their Apple Pencil. So iPad Pro and iPad Air. So that's the M4 series. So if you've got an older iPad, this will not work. Anyways, right here it gives you a quick look at what you're supposed to do. By the way, I do have a set of video about this. So how to sync it up with your iPad, how to use it and all that stuff. That's separate. This is just an unboxing video. So I know this video is gonna bug some people, but hey, some people just want to see what comes inside the box. What exactly you get inside the box, not just a manual of how to use this. So it's exactly what we're gonna see. What comes inside the box? So here's the pencil. You just set that up there. And then inside this, there will be just this. So these are basically all the paperwork that you guys are gonna get within it. And by paperwork, it's just all this boring stuff that you guys will not even take a look at. And the pencil itself is so easy to set up that you don't really need even instructions for it. But anyways, let's just take a look at it. Let's take it out. And I do have the other Apple Pencils, by the way, so you guys can see the differences physically about them. Obviously, there's stuff that we can see that's physically visible difference. And then there's stuff that you guys will not notice a difference between the two. So here's the pencil. It's lightweight, yes. It does come with some charge already, but I will be talking more about that in this video, obviously. And down here below, see this right here? We can unscrew this. So that's how that looks like. Let me just try to zoom in on it. I don't know why I can't right now. I'm having difficulties. So there you go. That's a good zoom in. Let me just screw this back. So you guys can unscrew and screw this back in. Just like by doing that and then screw it back in like that. So you can always change this up. And right here, you guys will see Pencil Pro. There's no other markings around it. It's all smooth around. And right here, it's flat. All right, so only here it's flat. Everywhere else, it's just like a pencil. So that's actually kind of nice. I like that from Apple Pencils because they feel good on your hand. So again, this is an Apple Pencil, Pencil Pro in this case. And what I can tell you, because I have all the other Apple Pencils, I don't see a difference in it. Just right away, just from seeing it right away. I can't tell you that there's a huge difference or any type of difference between ones, except for sure, first generation, then that's completely different than all the others. So again, here it is. But again, this is just an unboxing video, so I can't really show you anything else because there's nothing else inside the box. There's no cables, nothing comes with this. It's just your Apple Pencil. Hey guys, in today's video, we're gonna be unboxing this computer, so let's get it. Alright, so in this shot, right, you guys can see everything that we get inside the box. Start unwrapping everything so you actually see what's this. So the cable that you guys get with this is this one. So this is your power cable. And the information around it, just show you. That's it. You can't really see much info about the cable itself. But anyways, I know a lot of people are just watching this. But that's the cable. Let me just unwrap it, and there we go. So it's a pretty short cable. It's not that long at all. Now that we looked at that, let's take a look at your AC adapter, which is pretty nice. And here's the AC. So again, this would be to connect up your computer. Pretty nice, actually. It looks like an external hard drive. It has that feel to it. It's pretty nice and for sure. And that would go hooked up right here. So that's how this would look like. Now to show you details, it's kind of hard just because all the letters are really small, but that's all the information about it. You can see all the info right here. But that's it. That's the close-up that I can do right now, just to show you what this is about, what you guys get. Now we also get some batteries. These are AAAs, and we get 4 of these guys. Pretty standard batteries, AAA, normal ones. Nothing important about these guys. This is the paperwork and the only paperwork that we get throughout it. So let me just open this up. So here are the setup instructions. Now, if you guys want to see this in action, make sure to check out the setup video and manual for it. We have a review about it as well. This unboxing, we just get to see exactly what's inside the box. That's about it. So let's take a look at that. So again, this is just the paperwork that we get with this. And as you can see, it's pretty standard. So it's English and French. In this case, here it is. This is our keywords. Let's just open this up. So again, it gives instructions how to insert those batteries in there. It does take all 4. And here's our keyword. So as you can see, it's all built into one. That's the keyword. So this would be your mouse. It's your trackpad. Shouldn't call it mouse. It's your trackpad. So that's built into it. That's why it's a little bit bigger than what you may be used to. And on the back, that's where you guys insert the batteries. Let me just show you that really quick. So it's very, very simple design. It weighs quite a bit actually, so that's good. It's good quality. I like that. So that's the trackpad again. There is no mouse that comes with it. Just your trackpad keyboard. Now this can be a good thing and a bad thing for a lot of people because it does depend where you like to place your trackpad. It might be annoying that it's just there. And now we're just gonna open this up. All right, so finally we took it out and just show you the front. All right, so what I can tell you right away, it's pretty nice. Is fabric right here. Now all the way around, and we're going to take this and set it up. But before, we're just gonna show you all the way around so you guys can see all the ports and everything. So we're just gonna turn around, and right here on the back, you guys can see this. So they made this so it's portable, I guess, so you guys can hold it up. Let me just zoom out. So this has that, I don't know how many people are gonna drag this around, but you have this to lift it up. Again, I don't really see it necessary. I don't see that many people actually dragging this around. But I guess you could have a place here to put on your keyboard, just take it with you. Again, that way they make it portable, but at the same time, this is not a laptop. It's not something I would drag around for sure. But if you had to, they made it really easy. Anyways, now that we're looking at the top, you just have this right here on the top, speakers. And if you're wondering what this is for, this is just for your camera. You know how people put stickers in front of their cameras? Well, they made this so you guys can just slide it and physically block your camera. So that's a good thing for a lot of people. Now, if we take a look at the side, you guys will notice buttons. You have HDMI, your power. On the other side, in the other hand, we have our volume up. We have a USB-C port and regular USB port as well. Those are all the ports actually when it comes down to this. All right, so you guys see these feet right here? There's nothing we need to do. You literally just place it on top of your table. It can't be something like this, as we flat surface, and then they will just adjust by themselves. Automatic. We just have to place it, and that's it. So just to show you what's gonna happen, when we place it on the table, this happens. The table's gonna apply pressure, and this is gonna move like this. Once you take it off the table, it's gonna move back. And that's how this works. All right, so here it is. That's how it looks like coming up. So that's when we can turn it. Now, details that you guys should know about this. On this corner, there's all that. And then the keyword, like we mentioned before, you guys already saw it. The camera that's on the top, like I mentioned, you guys can physically close this and open it up. That's how it looks from the side, so it is pretty sleek. Here's the back of the computer. But as far as this unboxing goes, we are all done. If you guys want to see this thing in action, make sure to check out the setup video and manual. Just had a Mac shipped into me. It took around 2 weeks. It was longer. And all the way from China, actually. That question a lot, where did it come from? And if you for sure China, customize it, they might have it in your own country. So there you go. Let's just open it up. As you can see, the box opens full. And let me just show the box. By the way, if you're watching and you're getting maybe a different color, it's gonna be the exact same thing for anybody. Actually, the unboxing would be the exact same thing. The color would be the only change. So around the box, that's how it looks like. There isn't any information really. On the bottom, you can always see the serial number and some information about the Mac itself. So as I opened this up, I noticed is that the Mac actually, although the handle's here, the bottom piece of the Mac is there, which is odd. Actually backwards. I'm just gonna turn it around. All right, so we're gonna go one thing at a time and just keep unboxing everything. So let's just start off with this. This would be your power source. That's what it looks like. There's, let me see any markings around it. Oh, right here we can see some details. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There you go. Those are the details. This is your power source. And that's how it looks like. So this is what you guys get with it. Now, since we're looking at the power, we're going to look at this extension. So that's how it looks like. Markings around it. Well, the only markings I see, because there's nothing on the cable, as you may have noticed, the only markings that I can see are right here. Let me just focus in. And those are the markings that we can see on the cables themselves. That's the closest I can get. So obviously these go together. Just plug this in here, and then we're all set up. This right here is our trackpad. Standard trackpad, that's where you would charge it up with. And this to turn it on and off. Apple logo on the back, all very standard. Here's the cable that came with our iMac. And this is exactly for that, to charge our keyboard and charge the trackpad. You will notice these connections, which yes, I'm guessing the trackpad, they will be updating it. So it's USB-C instead of this connection, because that doesn't make sense at this point, since they are changing everything to USB-C. Unless they go back in on the thing again, but we'll see. Next up, our keyboard. And the keyboard itself, let me just zoom in just a little bit. I always like to show you guys all the details. You are just here just for this. So those are the markings. And here is our keyboard. Pretty standard keyboard. You're gonna notice this. It does have that Touch ID. And then on the back, you do have the charging port. So you can charge it right there. That's about it. You don't really need batteries for these. And you haven't needed batteries for a long time. As for manuals and paperwork, well, this is it. And that's because it's all very, very standard. I do have a setup video that you guys should watch if you guys want to see this in action. This is just an unboxing after all. You do get a sticker. The sticker is different this time. You can see it's a little bit thicker and a different color from the white or black that we've been getting from before. So here you go. Gives you the standard details, how to get started with your iMac. And now what we all been waiting for, iMac itself. Let's just get started. And before I turn it around, I just want to show you the entire back. So the details, you have these connections. You have this in the middle, that's for your power. You've got your power button, which is on the far right-hand side. And Apple logo. But as far as, that's it. Do not get any more ports. That's all you guys get from this iMac. On the iMac itself, it comes with this protector ring. Just take that off. And here you can appreciate how thin it is. Really thin. It almost looked like a big. You guys can compare how thin with my finger right here. That's how it is. Really, really thin. Here is the iMac, the front. This is exactly why I got color. Because if you guys look at the ones and all the other colors, they look great from the back. But on the front, it's totally different colors. So here would be the nice color, and this would be this pastel, other material type of did. Not sure why Apple did that. They just made them look pretty cool. If you guys look at old iMacs that first came out, they kind of had this look around it, and it has that feel. Like they went back for some reason on the design itself. I personally think that the older iMacs, the Intel's, look a lot better than these. So I'm just gonna get a close-up for you guys so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now this is a different finish because this looks and feels like aluminum, for example, and this looks and feels like plastic. So that's the difference between the two. Again, that I got this color and not the blue, because the blue just has a different pastel color here than the back, which looks a really nice blue. And then you got this white border, and then you got the screen. Now right here on the top of the iMac, you're gonna see the camera, and on the bottom left hand side, you're gonna see this port. That's right beside the power button. You're gonna see this port. Underneath, you're gonna see all of this. So a lot of people tell me, how does the sound even come out? Well, ventilation and sound is from here as well. I also wanted to show you guys that this does swivel, so you can put it up or down quite a bit. Now on the back, what I didn't show you guys was this, a really good close-up. This part is the one that looks really, really nice. And really the new iMacs, it's all about the back. They look really nice in the front, not great, which most people don't realize, but you almost never see the backs on a lot of your setups. You almost never see the back of your screens. And in this video, I just wanted to show you a quick shot of everything you guys get with your iMac. Which one you've got, you're gonna get the exact same things with all of your iMacs, all of these things. Some people chose a mouse instead of a trackpad, or maybe you chose both. That's just a personal choice. In my case, we just got the trackpad. But as far as this unboxing goes, we're all done. Make sure to watch the setup video if you guys want to see this in action, and the review, plus a manual. Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna go on and unbox this Meta Quest 3. Now, this is the exact same thing as an Oculus 3 that was just rebranded to Meta Quest. Same goes for Meta Quest 2, Oculus 2. It's the same thing. So right now, everything changed to Meta Quest. The app, everything, they've been changing over time for the new branding. So this is it. Around the box itself, there's not much info. On the other side, we might see a little bit of writing there, but that's about it. Let's just open this up. And here it is. This is what we all been waiting for. All right. So it's just like other Meta Quest. If you have 4, all you get is this. So we'll take a look at this, which is what we all want to look at. We got right here. You guys will see that it's different than your Meta Quest 2. I will be doing a video where I show you guys both so you can see the differences. These are smaller, by the way. And here, inside this compartment is where we get some manuals. So I'll just show you really quick. There you go. This manual, which you won't need if you're watching my video, because I do have a setup video that's coming up next, plus a manual, and obviously a review. But these are the manuals that you guys get this. There's nothing else inside the box, as you can see, so I'm just gonna put this away. Oh, and before I put it away, on the top of the box, I should mention, you do see these introductions. So it kind of tells you what to do. And yes, the charger that you get this time is slightly different than your Meta Quest 2. Let me just take it out. So here is the brick that you would get with it. It's circular this time. And okay, that's the most I can zoom in on this so you guys can see the small writing on it. Just in case you're watching this video just for this part. But that's information on it. The other side, that's where you plug it in. And obviously we use this to charge up our Meta Quest. And we also get these cables. These would be also to charge. It's just USB-C. So again, I'm going to try to zoom in as much as I can, but there's no writing around them or anything. Even on the cable itself, as you guys can see, no writing at all. So there's really not much to show you about the cables that you get with it, but they're just USB-C. Next up, we've got these guys. They look awesome. And as soon as we pull this, they activate, so I'm not gonna do it at this point. Obviously, it's got batteries inside, and yes, they do look different than the Meta Quest 2. They feel the same though, but they are different, obviously. So this is the right one, here's your left, and here we go, Meta Quest 3. So you guys can see it's very different than the Meta Quest 2, design-wise. And the big thing, and why some of you might buy this one over the Meta Quest 2 if you haven't had one before, resolution-wise, more resolution. Obviously, there's other things, but the resolution's the big thing. So let's just take this out. Here's the head strap. For one, I'm not a fan of these. They're fine. I mean, even for the Meta Quest 2, it was fine. But once you try the battery packs that you can get, then you just stick with those. Not just because you get more life out of it, but it's just more comfortable and everything. So this is something that I will be taking out later on. But for now, you guys can just see it. It's something that you will be using at first, especially if you haven't had one before, but you will be upgrading for sure. So let me just show you around. So this is the front. As you can see, it's way different. The bottom and inside. I'm not gonna take this out yet because that would be for the setup video where I take it out. For now, I'm gonna leave it on just to protect the lenses. But that's how it looks inside. There's not that much more to show you on the sides. Let me show you the other side. Well, I should mention this too. That's where you plug it in to charge. But the other side, you also have this. So that's around it. I should mention this here. The other side as well, there's a little button. There we go, there's that button that we press on. It's not something I want to press right this second, because I don't want to move things around yet. And for most of you, if you're new to this, you will be buying something else besides this, because you do get sweaty quite fast with these guys. So you probably want a sweat guard for this, because this will just make things not that comfortable. It's just gonna soak in sweat basically. So that's why we get these silicone covers that go around it, and those are your sweat guards basically. And there's others that you can get as well, but that's something that for sure you're gonna buy if you haven't had one of these before. Once again, this is how it looks from the side. It is pretty nice. It does look pretty good. And no matter which one you've got, maybe you got the one that has a little bit more gigs or less gigs, it's gonna be the exact same thing inside your box, by the way. There's nothing different between the two except for how many gigs it's got. So right now, this is everything you get inside the box. There's nothing else. This is all you need, really. You don't really need this if you're gonna watch my video about how to set this up. But that's all you guys inside the box. Nothing more, and that's all you need once again. Now make sure if you guys want to see this in action to check out my setup video and manual. But that's it for the boxing video. Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna be unboxing TV, so let's start it. We're gonna be that up as well. So right now, here's the TV. I do want to highlight that you get 2 of these. Here's the other piece. And it does tell you for what it is. So right here, it's gonna tell you cover top right. In the bag, we get batteries. So these are AAA. This is the power adapter. So the cord, just gonna take a look at it. So here's the power cord. If you guys are looking for markings, well, one of the markings that I got on this power cord is right here. So that's one of the markings. And what else? Some people watch this video just to see the details, some of the stuff that you get with the TV. Let me try to zoom in here for you, just a little bit. There are some markings right there. You guys can see, kind of see, it's very, very small. But that's the cable you get with this TV. Something else that came along with is right here. And we got some manuals that have some masking tape on them for some reason. So that manual looks like, you don't really need it since you're watching this video. So you're gonna know how to set this up. This right here is the remote control that we get with the TV. It's pretty standard remote, pretty light. And the batteries, take that out, just slide it out, and you're gonna put the AA batteries there. So we're gonna do that right now. So to put in the batteries, what we have to do is just slide it in, then slide this one in, and there we go. Now we can just close this by, first of all, sliding this top portion in, and that's just gonna click in. This is how the remote control looks like. And right now it's pretty much set up or ready to go with the remote control since we got the batteries inside. Inside the package, we also have this, all the warning stuff, plus the guarantee that you have, which is obviously limited. And it's gonna tell you exactly for how long you have it. And you do get this user manual. So just open it up. It's gonna tell you a lot of information. This could be useful if you run into any problems during anything really. It's gonna be a little bit hard to show you the TV itself just because you guys will be reflecting all the time, but we will be turning it on during the setup process. I'm gonna show you some details. For example, on the bottom, you see the Samsung right there. Then on the sides, it does tell us not to remove this until it's all set up, so we won't do that until the very end. Now I'm gonna show you the back of the TV, because this is extremely important actually. These are where all the connections are at. You guys can see all the ports and everything here. It's all clearly labeled. That's the good part. So it does tell us HDMI, USB, and that's where you plug it in. So here are all the connections you guys get with it. I'm glad we get at least 3 HDMIs. That should be the minimum. There's some information here. Let me just kind of show you what it says right there. You can see the model number and everything. And that's it. If you guys want to set this up on your wall, this is very important. If you're just going to put a stand on it, then that's different. Then you don't need that. But in our case, we are going to set it up on our wall. It just makes more sense. Now to show you the top of the TV, that's what it looks like. Now on the very bottom of the TV, some people call this the control panel, because these are the buttons, so you guys can control a lot of the stuff. It's very useful. They used to make this on the sides, but it only makes sense to make it on the bottom now. You have these inserts, you guys will notice. And that's it. There's not really that much I can show you around the TV itself, except for that. So if you were gonna set this up with a stand, so you're not gonna hang it up on your wall, this is it. All you guys have to do is just insert these, and this will tell you which one's right and then which one's left. I'm gonna say L for the left one and right for the right one. So that's on the plastic itself. So we would just place this on the right, left, just insert it there, and then you would be done with that. It's extremely simple. So just in case, that would mean we would insert these right here. See these ends? So that's where you would insert these. You would insert one there, you take the other one and insert it all the way here. So in the corners, that's where you insert these. You do not insert them here, okay? Insert them all the way here. Anyways, the next step would be just to plug this in. So it's gonna be on the very top, on the back of your TV. You're gonna see that. You can plug it in right in here. So we're just gonna go ahead and push it all the way in. So right now this should look something like so once you plug it in. HDMI ports, well, you can do that later. I would also like to note that you do not get any HDMI cables with your TV. Alright, so this part's very custom. It does depend how you guys are doing this and how high you want your TV and everything. This is just how we set it up. That just makes sense with our space. Now we could place these more up or down. It depends. And you would just put the screws there. You have nowhere else to put them. So it's very, very simple. And we do have a completely separate video to show you how to mount a TV on your wall. You just have to look for the studs. That's about it, really. It's really, really simple. That's a separate video. But right now we're just gonna set up this TV. Alright, so once you have it hanged up, then and only then can you take these out. And you're gonna notice on the side, there's this. And that's, you can see out there. So just take it all out. Besides that, taking that out, you will see that it's got a little bit more thick. So just take that out too. And if you look at the bottom, there's even more plastic to take out. And that's for the corners. Once you take out all that plastic, you're gonna actually appreciate the actual finish. So right now, just and you're ready to turn on your TV for the first time. Turn it on, just press, and it should turn on. It should actually sync by itself and just turn on. As long as it's in it, just turn on for the very first time. It's gonna take a little bit just to load in, and we're gonna go on with that for your TV. So we're gonna go just press hello, because that's basically in your language point. From here, I ask you to do this in 2 ways. You could do it through phone, which is the E, or remote step by step. What I suggest doing phone-wise. By the phone, also tablet, so ways will work. Just in case, to make your selections on your TV, you can just press here or just corners. We're gonna choose smartphone because it's much easier. We're gonna go on and choose that. Go ahead and do this. Here's my tablet on my camera. Once I do that, on my tablet itself, I'm gonna see this. And that's where this takes me to. So from there, it's gonna take you to this. It's okay if it tells you that it's not valid wherever you're at. Just install that app. So it's gonna take you to the App Store. From the App Store, SmartThings, go on and get it. So once you open up the app for the very first time, you're gonna see this. Click on allow again, and then from here, just going to next. Again, go into next start, sign in, and then from here, just create an account really quick. Once you went throughout the setup process, which is just your email, that information, click on allow. You're gonna see this, get started. Here we go. Just going to next, allow, and we're gonna see this. It detected the TV already. So it tells me my TV is 517. That's my TV, not yours, guys. So make sure you pick the right one. We're gonna add this on. It's gonna tell you to know your location. Go ahead and do that. And then it's gonna connect to your TV. So it is slightly faster to do it this way just because you have to type these things up. It's easier technically than doing it with your remote control, where you have to select everything with your remote control. Right now your TV should see something like so. And right here, this screen. So right now, it's gonna tell pin. So that's our pin, and we just have to put that in here. Once you put in your pin, it's just gonna connect up, and then you just have to set up right here. So just set it up with whatever Wi-Fi you guys want. We're gonna go ahead and just check on the main one, putting the password for that, and just allow. It's gonna process. On your TV, you should see something like so. The whole setup's taking place right here. From there, you should see something like so. You do have to press agree. So we're gonna agree to all, then press OK. It's gonna next screen. So what it's now, it's setting up our screen. So it's being registered into our Samsung account. So even if you didn't have a Samsung account, right now you created one. If you had a Samsung account, then this would be a little bit faster for you. And location is fine for me. So that's my home, living room, perfect device. I can set this up as a favorite. Doesn't really matter. Right there on my TV, I'm gonna this. And then just next on the bottom, go into next again. And then from here, you're gonna see done. So at this point in time, it's all set up. What we have to do in order for this to work, just press on your TV, and then you're gonna see this once it loads up. So your control. So right now you could control your TV. It just has to refresh a little bit, so just let it do its thing. But you could control your TV from your phone at this point, or just use the remote control. We're gonna go back to remote control actually. Now if there's any, and it's being delayed a bit too much, don't worry about it. You can set up remote control. However, it's already set up. Just press on set up your remote, and then just go in, and right here, what's plugged in and what's not. Anytime it's good to plug in if you have one in HDMI's, your Xbox, PlayStation, or an Apple TV or anything. Plug it in now. Go into net. We're not gonna plug in at this point in time. We're just gonna skip that over because for it different. I'm gonna look for a Wi-Fi signal, and it would take us throughout this whole thing. However, it's connected as you guys can see. We can select any Wi-Fi networks we wanted to. So we're just gonna want and just press the middle button. It's just gonna go throughout. Again, the setup is pretty much, you guys did it. It's just hooking this up to your internet anyways. Then we got just started. So we're gonna go on the whole thing. So from you should see your name up there, your email. You can just say stay in. Now on your remote, every time we're working something, just press the middle. Just do a click here, and that will take you to the and so on. It's gonna ask you to set up a, so go ahead and up. Once you set up your, just press on OK. It can be as easy as you want. It can be all rows, all. I would do something difficult, but really up to you. See this, agree. Just tap down here below, click on the middle to select OK. For your remote control, these are it. So you're gonna be pressing here and here to get throughout this whole thing, and then just be pressing the middle just to select something and do that confirm click. So right now we're gonna do a confirm click here. Click on register, check for updates. This is very important. So we're gonna do it now and load this. At this point in time, just wait. So right now, you're right after the update, you might have seen screen view. Others, it might take you here. But right now, you can use your TV. You can select any app, Netflix, or anything like that to watch, and just download any that you're missing or missing. And you would do exactly from that store. Go here, select this, and just download anything from here. So you got gaming, for example, and you got a bunch of other things here below. Unboxing this awesome PS5. This is the digital version, so that's how the box looks like. There's not that much information around it. Now, I will be doing a setup video for those of you who want to set this up and wanted to see it in action. I'm gonna do one for new users, and then for existing users, how to transfer all your info from one PlayStation to another. However, this video is unboxing. You're gonna see that. What comes in the box? So let's get started. Now the power cable that comes with your PlayStation is right here. I'm gonna take just a second, just out from the box. Right, so right now you're looking at everything inside the box. There's nothing more. Controller that you get with this. So this is your standard controller There's nothing special about it. Well, PlayStation 5 controller is special itself, but I'm just saying there's nothing different between this one that you would get in the digital of your PlayStation or the disc version. If you're wondering what the difference is between a disc version or a digital version, is just that you have a disc in one and the other one doesn't. That's it. That's all the difference is. Anyways, let's just take a look at the cables that you get. These are my HDMI cables that you get with your PlayStation 5. So here we go. Again, these are the cables, the HDMI cable that you get with your PlayStation 5. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you guys can see a little bit of the writing on the cable itself. I know a lot of people were asking me just to show you the cable because they wanted to see all the info about the cable itself. So here's all the writing on it. Basically just has high-speed HDMI cable and some numbers, and there's some numbers up here as well. So right here, so you can see the original one. This one is the one that you get with your PlayStation. Here's how the ends look like. So once again, this is just HDMI, which is something that's hooked up to your PlayStation and then to your TV or monitor. You also get this power cable. So this is exactly that, just to hook it up to your PlayStation to actually power on. Now this one's a little bit more basic. Well, very basic actually. So right here, you can see it. It's just your standard cable. This is the one that you get. Let me just zoom in a little bit better so you guys can see what we're getting here. But again, this is just your power cable, and that's the cable with your PlayStation 5. We're just gonna leave this on the side for now. And this right here is a USB-C cable that we also get with your PlayStation. So here it is. So you can see it's a regular USB to USB-C. So this is the USB-C cable that you get with this, and this is for your controller, actually. Well, you can use it with your controller, I should say, because you can use it with other things as well. And this will go plugged in right here. Then you can hook this up to your PlayStation. This is the way to charge it up. So that's why you get this cable with it. Now you also get this quick start, which you won't need if you're watching my setup video. But it's actually extremely easy. They made it really simple to set up. Well, I want to mention that you do get this in several languages. Well, it depends, actually. So again, this is the English part, and there's several languages from there. And this right here is just for vertical position. So right here, you guys can see where the hook is and everything. So again, you're going to use this if you're putting this at a vertical or horizontal position. Don't want to leave it like I have it right now lying down. But anyways, that's in the setup video, but this is what you get as well for the positioning. So let me just show you all the way around this thing right here. You can see the back and all the way around it. So this is the one that you get with your PlayStation. Let's just put it on the side. You also get this booklet, which is just a safety guide. Again, it's something that's worth keeping just on the side. Anyways, before we keep, I'm going to show you a little bit more about the controller. Let's just take a look at everywhere. Now, the only port that you're going to see is this right here. Now, this port is where your USB-C is going to go. That's to charge it up and yeah, to sync it up as well. Anyways, down here below, you're not going to see anything. There's going to be something here as well. Now, you're also going to see this port right here. And around it, there's nothing else. That's it. It's a really basic, simple control. It's a little bit heavier maybe than what you're used to. But other than that, it looks really awesome, as you guys can see. But as far as the controller goes, that's it. That's the controller that you get with your PlayStation. Now let's look what you get in your PlayStation. First of all, that's your power. HDMI. This is for your LAN, if you guys want to hook it up that way. Ethernet's always going to be, well, almost always going to be way faster than Wi-Fi. Here you have USB ports. If you look up, there's nothing more. You can turn around. And on this side, you're going to see this port as well. And if I can zoom in a little bit better, here you go. You can see the other port. It's really small, so it's hard to see. But that's it. That's the ports that you get in your PlayStation 5. Now, let's take a deeper look at it. So here is the bottom of the PlayStation. That's all the information you're going to see down here. And there's this right here where there's some, this is where you can attach the screw. So I'll show you that in the setup video, but yeah, that's what that is. It's not an actual button. There's nothing more around the place. That's it. Hey guys, we're doing a quick unboxing of this tablet. Around the box, not much information.
Now I got this one from Amazon. So not gonna lie, I mean these seals were not broken. I just cut them. I haven't opened it just yet. But the box did, you know, it looks like it has some wear to it. And again, this is from Amazon. It's the first time I actually bought something like this from Amazon. I'm already kind of regretting it because I can see this is from another country. But we'll see what's inside. So let's just open it up and take a look at the tablet. Now, I have no problem if it's from another country itself, but then it could be not brand new like it's stated there. Regardless, if they factory record this, then it should be fine. Now we're on the tablet. Let's take a quick peek at it. Everything looks fine, actually. All right, let's take a look at the box. Inside the box, we have this, which is interesting. And inside here, you have the charger. Again, remember when I said this is from another country? Yeah. So inside the package, they did send me an adapter for this, which is fine. But yeah, obviously you would get a different charger if you're in the US or Canada. This would be from just another country. Anyways, regardless, here are the headphones that we get with this. I'm just gonna leave them in there. Actually, just take them out so you guys can see them. So here are the headphones. They're actually pretty nice headphones. Let's just put this on the side. I'm gonna take a look at the cable that we get with it as well. Here is the cable. Now this cable is a standard cable. There's USB to USB-C. Any markings around this? Any special markings? Nothing that I can see even on the cable itself. Yep, nothing that I can see, guys. Nothing to show. Very, very standard. I guess the only marking I can show you would be this, but that's about it. And then we have our guides in here. So warranty card plus our guides. And let's not forget about this that we always need, and that's to insert our memory cards. So we'll be using this later on. So again, this video is just an unboxing video, so we get to see what's inside the box itself. That's it. Then we have a setup video and a review later on, but that's another video. So right now we can take a look around this. So on the back, you guys will notice it says Samsung, and then right here, if I zoom in, you will see the serial number really small. Other than that, we have the camera in the back, and then when you take a look at ports themselves, well, the main one's down here below. So here's our port to charge it up. We have headphones, and then no more ports anywhere around this. However, I should mention our power, and then we have volume keys. And let's not forget where our SD card to. So that's our memory. So to put an SD card, again, you would need this. You need to apply some pressure. That gets out, and that's it. So it's really, really simple. Now, there isn't that much to show you around the tablet itself, so let's just turn it on. So I'm gonna hold on to the power button, and so you guys can kind of see the resolution, kinda, because you can't appreciate that much. But here we go, it's turning on. So this is the first time turning this on. Again, this is not a setup video. Just want to show you guys how this screen looks like. Get a glimpse out of it. You don't fully see the resolution in any type of video, really. I can tell you that it looks good. Tablet's pretty lightweight, but it feels solid, that's for sure. Now, I did try out other Samsung tablets, and hey, they all feel pretty much the same. So here we go, it turned on. Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna be unboxing this iPhone 16 Pro. Now remember, no matter how many gigs it's got, it's gonna be the exact same thing inside the box. But anyways, right now, around the box there isn't much information. Only on the back, you guys will see the serial number, stuff like that. There's gonna be two little tabs that we have to pull on to open this box up. So that's one of the tabs. We're gonna open up the other one. There we go. And finally, we can just slide this out. It's open. It will open up that easily. All right, so this is a pretty nice color, and I thought it would be darker based on the picture line. Now from the camera and one live, I can tell you that with some colors they do change recording them, and what I'm looking at, such as the for the Pro, talking about other iPhones I got, purple looks blue on camera. This color looks exactly what it looks like, so that's a good thing. Easy to look at the color. Now, it looks really nice. And on the sides, let's just get onto that later on though. just put it on the side for now and showing you guys what comes inside here. So the cables, here are the cables, SIM card, tray, tool. So that's this one right here. Putting your SIM card. Let's put that on the side, plus manuals. Those are the manuals. So let me just show you everything you guys get inside the box, because that's about it. All right, so in this shot, you guys can see everything you guys get inside. That's it, there's no more. So let's just get started. This is the cable. Cable that comes with that phone is the exact same one that you guys get with all your other iPhones. If you guys had a 16 or 6 Plus, for example. Same cable. Let me just zoom in on it so you guys can see. But first of all, let me show you all the cable, because there's no Apple logos, no numbers, nothing around the braided part. On top of here, there's also no logos, but if you zoom in enough on the other side, and only on one of the sides, there's going to be some writing. That's it. So when people are looking for legit cables or not, it's getting harder to see if they're legit or not. Obviously, this is legit because this came with the phone, but yeah, there's only that writing there. There's no Apple logos anywhere. There's nothing, no branding anywhere on the cable itself. So that's the cable that comes with this awesome iPhone. And here's the SIM card tool. So all phones get the same one, and if you guys ever lose this, you guys can go on and just use your earring in order to open up the SIM card tray, which is what you guys need to insert in order to make your phone work as a phone itself. So it is for your data plan, it's some calls and so on. So this is something that's needed, so don't lose it. And finally, we take a look at itself. So let's just open this up. Very careful not to touch the screen, so that way I can put on my screen protector and I get no scratches. So I'm always very, very careful watching it whenever I'm doing the unboxing. I will have a setup video for this, by the way, and I will have a manual as well. I'm also getting the bigger one, so the Pro Max, just in case. I'm always a fan of the more than the Max. The Max is a little too big for my own thing, but other than that, it's really nice. So here's the phone. Now, what I personally don't like about Pros is that this part is usually this one's not that shiny, so that's a good thing for me. Because the other ones from last generations, you got marks all the way. So you just barely touch them, and then they were marking. I hate that. I hate getting smudges all over my phone. But anyways, besides that, let's take a look at it. So there's 2 buttons here. Let's take a look at the ports. There's only going to be 1 port, and that's on the bottom. On the other side, you guys are going to notice for your SIM card, more buttons. Here's the top, nothing. And then on the back, you will notice your camera. So you guys have 3 lenses. That's different, this one and the other ones, like a 16 Plus. They only have 2 lenses. So I'm just stating that because that's one of the main things. But obviously, there's a lot more things in difference between the iPhones. But anyways, right now let's just turn it so you guys can see. The color itself, like I mentioned before, this is exactly how it looks like. So what you guys are seeing in camera is how it looks like. Like I mentioned before, colors do change whenever your camera, but this time it's the exact same thing. It just reminds of in real school, like 1st gen iPhone, 2nd gen, those iPhone 2G especially, kind of this color. So it just reminds that, which is kind of nice. So it is kind of old school at the same. I do gotta say, I kind of this color more. So the color from the sides, if they would have matched up, it would have kind of cool. It would be more robotic type of look. But I get why they made a different color. It always is like that. They're not the same. Whatever you guys have on the sides, then on the back itself. Anyways, to turn it on for the very first time, just press the power key, power button, I should say. And we just have to hold on to it. See the Apple logo loading up. So here we go. It's going to just turn on. And then we're going to see just the screen and how it is. Now the screen itself for this is pretty standard. It's not the Max. The Max is bigger. This is the first you see on your phone on for the first time, and that's it. So screen is nice and bright. I mean, this is just an unboxing, so you guys get to see what's inside the box. But I will be doing a review, like I said, in a setup video, so you guys can see this in action. But right now, you guys can appreciate color. You guys can appreciate everything around and how it looks like. Here's the camera on the back. The front, you also have a camera. Let me just point that out. That's up here. You have that black border around it. It's very slim, so you almost go to the edges, which, by the way, on themselves, I never see need for them to go straight to the edge. You have a case, and I think you should always have a case. So that would be an issue. They should always have a slight border, so that case can go a little bit and protect your phone. Hey guys, this is just an unboxing, so let's just get started. This is exactly how it came in. I did have it shipped online, so it did come in another box, in a bigger box. So if you're having this shipped in, it will come in a bigger box. Then you guys would get this. So we take a look. The power cable that comes with this computer right here. I'm gonna take that out later. You guys also get this. Just take it out of the plastic bag. And there's some product information. Plus what we all been waiting for. Here's the laptop. It's actually way nicer than what it would be and a lot heavier than what I thought it would be for the price. It's actually very, very cheap. So the power cable, so this is what you guys with it. It's pretty standard, nothing fancy about it. Numbers that I can show you around that you get with it. I know some of you are just watching because of this. Is this, and that's it. Maybe if I can zoom in here. There you go, you guys get that information as well. And the other side, you get that info as well. So that's all I can show you about this. Now let me just take it out. And here's the adapter. So obviously that will go plugged in here. Adapter details on the back. Let me just show you those details. Zoom in a little bit. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. And here you go. Those are all the details I can show you about this. Other than that, it's pretty standard. This is the end of it. And the cable itself is pretty long. So there you go. So here are the instructions that you get with it. So those are the English ones. These are just French. And if you open this up, it's just gonna tell you exactly how to set this whole thing up, which is extremely easy. I do have a setup video for this, which is completely different video. This one just shows you exactly what you guys get inside the box, and that's about it. If you guys want to see this in action, make sure to check out that setup video. But right now, this is how the laptop looks like. Again, it's a very nice laptop. So right here, I'm just gonna try to show you the ports that it has. I'm gonna zoom in just a tad. So there you go. Now you guys can see the ports a little bit better on one side and then the other side. By the way, that's just for your power here. Other than that, this is the back. Again, this is the front, side, all the way around. So you just get a good glimpse at it. It does have a little bit of grip on the bottom, which is nice. And although it's got this matte finish, I do notice that this can actually get dirty kind of easy. But let's just open this up and see how it looks inside. So here we go, opening this up for the very first time. And here we go, just a standard keyboard. Turn this around. So very, very standard keyboard. I would say this is small, but that's okay for a trackpad. Especially because the laptop itself is not that big, so there's not much to it. Now, I'm just going to do a closer shot of the keyboard so you guys get a better glance at all the keys. And also a better close-up of the keypad and everything. And right at the top, that's your camera. So that's your weapon up here. As you guys may notice, the screen's pretty nice. It's a nice matte finish. Everything's a nice matte finish. And again, my first initial reaction to this was that it's pretty well made from what I can just see at first for the price. So it does seem pretty good for the price. So I'm just going to turn this around so you guys can see the other side. There's not much to show you, but you guys can appreciate how thin this is in this shot right here. You guys can appreciate this is compared to my finger. That's how thin that is. Again, I'm just going to compare this to my finger so you guys can get an idea of how thin this is. And it's pretty thin. That's pretty nice. But anyways, there's not much more to show you about this computer. Hey guys, on the video, we're going to be unboxing this right here. So let's just take a look around the box, because I know a lot of you want to see that. What is sealed? And on this side, let me just zoom in a little bit. Or focus this in, I should say. So there we go, I focused it in. You guys will be able to see the serial number. And there's others right there, plus the model and what you're looking at exactly. So that's on the side, okay? Then on the back, you're going to see some information, but it isn't much. Anyways, let's just open this up. So here we go. We're just going to keep going with this. Put this on the side for now. And inside this compartment, we're going to get a cable. Now this, from what I can see, is USB-C, but we'll take a look at it in a second. Got some manuals. And we got this. All right. So let's just put that on the side. Don't think there's anything else that I'm missing. Nope, there's definitely nothing else. And let's just take out the tablet from here. It was really tight in there. You can see it's brand new. You can see it already has some smudges. If I touch it, it gets smudges right away. Anyways, before we take a look at that, let's take a look at everything you guys get within the box. This is it. And this is an unboxing video after all, so you get everything that's inside the box. And I do have a setup video where you guys is in action. Anyways, right now let's just keep taking a look at everything. So for example, the cable. Now keep in mind that although you get this cable, you don't get a brick. So you're gonna have to purchase your own brick or just hook it up to your computer in order to charge this guy up. Or else there's really no other way. Other than that, cable is pretty standard. Let me just zoom in a little bit more. So there we go. I don't really see any writing besides up here. And again, around the cables themselves, I don't see any writing at all. So it's a really, really basic cable. Again, there's no writing anywhere on the cables themselves that comes with this. Now we also get this with it. And you guys will notice why we need this during the setup process. Then we also get this paper that tells us stuff that's supposed to be for safety. But anyways, let's just put it on the side. And finally, we can take a look at the awesome tablet. So there's the camera right there. Now this, the serial number is really hard to focus there, but that's on the back. It's right underneath. And yeah, it's really tiny, so it's really tough to focus that in. So again, that was there. And then we have some branding, Samsung branding. Now here is the tablet. You guys will notice on the bottom, we've got this port, that's to charge it up. Got the speakers, we got our audio, and on the sides, we're gonna see these buttons. So you got your power button, more speakers, and here we go. Remember this right here? That's where we use this. But again, that would be for the setup video. But this is exactly used for this, to take out that tray. Actually, might as well take it out, although I'm doing that in setup video, but it doesn't really matter. And if you guys ever lose that, it's okay. You can use an earring, usually too. And here, you guys can just place your SD card in here. So again, this is where your SD card would go. That's how the tray looks like, and you insert it there. Now we already looked at the other side, so we're not gonna take a look at that. But yeah, that's each side. So it's this side, this side. I didn't miss any sides. Again, this is just an unboxing. I'm gonna do a setup video later so you guys can see this in action. I'm gonna try to focus this in so you guys can see exactly how thin this is. So compared to my finger, that's how thin this tablet is. So it's pretty thin. I would say it's as thin as my iPhone, I would say. Now the tablet, you guys will notice the camera right there. And that's pretty much it. I can't really show you that much more about the tablet itself. It is pretty nice. It's a really nice design. It feels pretty sturdy, so it feels good. And I guess we will have to turn it on so you guys can see a little bit more about it. So all I can show you is the lens on the back. So again, here's the lens. And let's just turn it on so you guys can see it powered on. So we're gonna hold on here and it's turning on. Alright, so this is the very first time it's turning on, so don't expect too much from it. It should take quite a bit to actually turn on. So again, the tablet is turning on for the first time right now, so you guys can check out a little bit of the resolution. But again, in a video, you can never see the actual resolution. But here it is, that's how it looks like. So it's a pretty good screen. It looks awesome actually. But again, this is not a review. This is just an unboxing for you guys to see exactly what you guys get inside the box, and that's about it. If you guys want to see this in action, again, setup video, check that out. So we just got another Max, just open it up. And I just want to note that it came in that box because I had it shipped to my house. So this is a MacBook Pro. Let me just show you around the box a little bit, where you're not going to see any information actually. That's around the box. Only on the bottom, it's going to tell us a little bit where it's going to be our serial number and just a little bit of other
information. Anyways, let's just keep opening this up. So on both sides of the box, you have these things. Take them out. I'm just gonna open up the box. And here is our MacBook. So again, it doesn't really matter which MacBook Pro you guys got. It's gonna be the exact same thing inside the box for everybody. I'm just gonna put the Mac on the side for now. Let me just show you the cable that we get with this. It's a pretty nice cable actually. We're doing these braided ones now. So here it is. So this is the cable that we get with our Mac, and this is what we need to charge it up. So we do get this, plus if we look under here, we're gonna see the brick. So this is the power adapter that we need. This piece can be taken off, by the way. That's something that Apple has kept consistent. And that's because sometimes you travel around, you might need another one, another type. Plus there's actually extensions that you can buy. Anyways, let's just put that back. And on the back here, that's where you're gonna see this. So you guys can go ahead and plug this in. Now something I forgot to do is give you guys a quick close-up of this so you guys can see that there's no real markings. So I know a lot of people want to see this and they're just watching this video just for this. So here's the closest I can go with this. And there are no Apple logos, nothing like that. There's a bit of writing here. Maybe I can focus in on. It's pretty hard to see. There you go. That's the writing that we would see there. But that's it. So again, this would just be there. There we go. But the brick itself, information that it's got would be down here below. So I'm going to try to focus in, and there we go. So that's all the info you guys can see. And then on this side, you guys will see this. There we go. Just focused in a little bit more. There's the model number. So this is the main thing that you guys get. There's nothing else. It doesn't come with a mouse or anything like that. This is all we need really. And then inside here, we're just going to see some paperwork where it's going to tell you how to get started. Tells you a little bit about the Mac itself. So those are the manuals, the stickers. No big deal about them. They're just black. And this. That's it. That's what you guys get with your Mac. Now let's take a look at the Mac itself. On the back of the MacBook, it's just gonna say this, MacBook Pro. It's engraved. Alright, so here's the MacBook. We're just gonna take a look around it so you guys can see all the ports. So here we go. We got a few ports here. So this one right here, it's to charge your Mac. So that's MagSafe 3. Then we got Thunderbolt, pretty much the same thing as USB-C. And then you got a headphone jack, which is kind of rare to see. I wasn't expecting that. Then we got HDMI, which is very useful. Thunderbolt 4, use USB-C, same thing. And then we got an SD card slot. So this SDXC card slot, I should say. But yeah, from your camera, you guys can just put your cards in there, usually with adapters. So that's good that it has, actually extremely good that this has that. I'm actually surprised that they took that out of iMacs, but yet you can see them on the MacBook Pro. Other than that, that's the top of the MacBook Pro. I'm just going to show you how thin it is. So here's my finger. That's how thin it is. It's not too thin, but it's not thick either. And on the back of it, you may notice these things right here. Yeah, that's your ventilation. Now if I open this up, we're just going to see this. It's going to turn on. Actually open this lid up, it's always going to turn on. Right here we have our Touch ID. That's also a button. So if you'd like to force shut down your Mac, you would there to turn it on as well if you just left it on. Other than that, keyboard standard right here. This is a bit oversized compared to other laptops out there, but it's a good size of a trackpad, and not really much else to show you here besides, you know, the speakers on the sides. On the top we have our HD camera. That's for FaceTime, for example. And once again, here is the Mac. So you can just get started with the setup. That's another video. This is just an unboxing for you guys to see exactly what you guys get, the MacBook looks like. I'm just going to do a few close-up shots so you guys get a better idea of the color. Although the color you guys will see in the video, it's not going to be the exact same thing, but
it's really close to what you guys would see live. So again, this is just an unboxing. I do have a separate video plus a manual for your MacBook Pro. If you guys want to watch that, make sure to watch the other video. This is just an unboxing, so we see exactly what's inside the box. However, right now we're just gonna shut down the Mac. So we're gonna force shut it down actually, because we don't want to set it up at this point in time. I just have to hold on to this until it fully shuts down. And there we go. I'm gonna close it up. Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna be unboxing this awesome iPhone, so let's get started. Now this one right here is the iPhone 16 Plus. Around the box, there isn't much information, as you will notice. However, on the back, you will see the serial number and all that stuff. And there's a little tab here on the side where we have to pull it to open this up. So it looks like so. Just pull it. Another one here on the side as well. Just pull that one. Finally, we can open this up. Let's open it up like so. And that's what's inside the box. So let's just pull out the phone, put it on the side for now. And we're going to notice this. So this is for your SIM card, by the way. This cable will be your charging cable. All right, and yes, it is USB-C. So let me just show you that in a second. I'm gonna take everything out. And here got manuals. That's about it. Now, when you see people that tell you that inside the box there's a case, there's money, there's gold, it's not true. There's nothing inside the boxes. Inside the box, that's all you guys get. So at this point in time, you're seeing everything that you get inside the box. So that's it. That's all we guys get. The phone, manuals, and the cable, plus for the SIM card. So let's take out the cable so you guys can check that out. So here's the cable. Just take it all the way out. Cable for your SIM card. So see, this will help you out. If you ever lose it, you can just use an earring. That's gonna help you out. Take out the SIM card. Done it so many times. I'm just gonna put that back here so I don't lose it. And here's the cable for your phone. So this cable, very basic, USB-C, plugging any point to your phone, and then the other side to your laptop, for example, or buy a brick. So you guys can buy a wall brick adapter, so you guys can actually charge up your phone. Now before, yes, Apple used to give you the brick. They even give you headphones as well. That was way back. Now you only get this. Now usually with the cables, I do a close-up so you guys can see if the ones that you guys are getting maybe or planning to get are legit or not. It's really hard to zoom in, gotta say, because the only lettering that you guys are gonna see is right here. Very, very hard to see, but that's it. On the cable itself, there's no numbers, there's nothing. Just here, there's gonna be some lettering, but that's it. That's all the information you guys will get around the cable. There's no Apple logos, nothing like that. So it is a very basic cable. It's braided, which is kind of nice. And that's it for the cable itself. Now let's take a look at the manuals. Manuals that you guys get with this. Again, basic manuals. That's it. So I do have a video that shows you how to set up your phone. I have a review about it. So if you guys want to see this phone in action, not just an unboxing to see what's inside the box, make sure to check that out. That's where you guys can see this guy turning on and doing all that fun stuff. Now, something I noticed that there's no logos. They used to give you like these stickers with the Apple logo, which some people read those. So don't see them anymore. Now this protects your screen. That's on the other side. So finally we can check out the phone itself. So let me just take this out. I'm usually very careful with this, because I'm paranoid about not having this with a screen protector right away. So that's something I'm gonna get away for it. But around it, so let's take a look at the ports right away. So if you guys take a look at the phone, there's nothing on the top. There's buttons here. That's where your SIM card goes. These are just buttons for volume, Siri, and then on the bottom, that's the good stuff. That's where you guys can plug it in. Plug, really, that's the only port I can tell you. There's nothing more. There's more buttons around, so you do have 2 more here, and nothing on the top like I just showed you. The camera, Here's the camera. Remember, this is an iPhone 16 Plus. And it doesn't really matter which iPhone you guys get, like how many gigs in storage wise. They're all gonna have the exact same stuff in the box. And they're all gonna look exactly the same. It's only the storage that's inside that looks different. There's just more. But other than that, inside the box and how the phone looks like would be the exact same thing. And I gotta say, I do like this finish because I don't feel like I'm leaving my fingerprints all the way around it. And I'm being careful not to. But yeah, not leaving fingerprints on the back. Yep, kind of nicer. So I'm used to my phone getting smudged right away. I really didn't like that. Now remember, that's with this model. And I gotta say, there's a lot more buttons now. So these 3 here, plus we've got 2 more here, which is nice to have and necessary for sure. But just surprised that they move things around that much. Now if you look at the screen, into it, now I'm gonna, although I usually don't until just a second, but if you're gonna turn it on for the very first time, all we have to do is just hold on to the power key, the power button. We're gonna hold on to it until we see an Apple logo. iPhones always come with some charge. If for some reason you order one and it doesn't come with full charge, I would return it. Just means it's being opened before or something happened. They're supposed to come with a little bit at least, at the very least. So that way you set it up. And also, so the battery doesn't get damaged. It needs a little bit of all the time. Anyways, right now that's how the screen looks like. You guys can see that it goes almost all the way to the edges. There's only that marker. The camera's up here. You would swipe up to get started. I don't want to touch the screen. I really want to put that screen protector before I touch it. But most likely for the setup video, I will be scrolling up anyways and setting this guy up. But as far as this video goes, you guys got to see everything that's inside the box plus everything about the phone itself. So here's how it looks like. It's a pretty nice looking iPhone. And yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, that's the point of these iPhones, the 16 Plus. It's supposed to be a big one. Now, I have the other one beside me. So you guys, if you guys go on that video, I do have a video where you guys can see the size difference between the two if you're deciding whether you guys want the bigger version or smaller. A lot like the bigger one just because the screen size, obviously to watch videos, movies basically. Or maybe you have problems with your vision. This would be the phone for you. Hey guys, we're gonna be unboxing this. So this is the Surface Pro. On the back there isn't that much information, just a little bit. And then that's it. Around the box there's nothing more to look at. So right here you guys are gonna notice this. So we take these out. Want to be able to open this up, and here it is. All right, so from what I can see, although I bought a new one, the box was $30, so that gave me something. Now I see fingerprints here or something like that. So these are, so I didn't buy an open boxed one or anything like that, but it seems like this is open boxed. But anyways, guys, we'll see everything that's in here. Again, I'm not sure why they sent me an open box one. Although it seems like everything's good here. We're gonna open up everything and see what comes inside. So we got some manuals, and there's nothing else in there. So this is how it looks like. That's where you guys hook this up to. So this will go directly over there to plug it in, and then right here is the cable. So this is the cable that we get with it. Very basic cable. So you guys can see, let me just zoom in so you guys can get a little bit better look at it. So here we go. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what type of cable you guys get. Over here I can't really see anything. There's some lettering there, if I can zoom in a little bit. So there you go. So those are all the details you guys get around this thing. Other than that, there's nothing more. So it's a pretty basic cable. And on the adapter itself, so this is the adapter once again. This is all the information that's on the back of this. So that's the adapter you guys get with this. Again, that's all the information. There's nothing more. So once again, here it is. That's how it looks like. And anyways, let's just take a look at everything else. And there seems to be nothing else. This is just a box. I thought open this up and see something in there. There's actually nothing. So we're just gonna take a look at this guy. So just to give you a quick recap, these are all you guys get inside the box. There's nothing. So right now what we're gonna do is just open this up so you can take a look at the screen. Right away it tells you where everything is at. So power, volume, keys will be there, speaker, camera, microphone will be there, and some ports over here that we can see right away. And that's where you plug it in to charge it up. So I'll teach you how to do that as well. But this is just an unboxing video. If you guys want to see this in action, make sure to watch the setup video and manual for this. But for now, let's just show you exactly what you guys get inside the box. So here we go. It looks really nice, gotta say. So my first impression is that it's pretty heavy, so I like that. And now on the back, I get this question a lot. What's this about? Well, this, you guys see these indents right here? There's 2 of them on each side. So if you lift that up, there you go. You guys can stand this up. So that's what that's for. And it's good because that way you guys can keep it like that, or go the farthest that it goes is up to there, which is a lot. So it goes this angle right here, which is almost resting. And then obviously you guys can stand it up to here. So there you go. So this is actually really good, and it's really steady. So that's pretty good. It seems like really good material, but at the same time, I can see me breaking this kind of easily. Anyways, on the back, you will notice there is a camera. So that's on the back of it. So again, on the back, there's the camera, logo, and that's about it. Now let's take a look at all the way around it. So we got these 2 ports right here. Those are your USB-Cs. Right over here, there's really nothing. This is just to connect. And just in case you guys have a keyboard, that's where you guys do that. Anyways, this is where you guys charge it up. And then on this side, there's nothing. There's these buttons right here. They're not ports, just buttons for your volume keys. So you guys have that for your volume and power as well. If you compare this with an iPad, for example, it is heavier. It does feel heavier than an iPad. Slightly heavier, and it has rounded edges where iPads now not at that round anymore. And as I mentioned before, we do have our camera on here on the sides. I'm just going to turn it on so you guys can see how this looks like when you turn it on for the first time. It's going to press there, and there we go. It's turning on for the very first time. So we're just going to leave it there, turning on. So I can't really show you the graphics. You guys will be able to appreciate the graphics in a video. At least you guys get to see it turns on, how quick or slow it is. So far, it's okay. It's not that slow. It's not that slow. So while it's turning on, I'm just going to show you around again. So I'm going to flip it over. And that's the back of this. And finally turned on. So there you go, turning on the whole way. And there you go. So the screen does flip over. I was wondering why it wasn't flipping over. But here we go. We can just set it up right now. But that's, you guys can appreciate a little bit of the resolution. Obviously, it will look different on my camera than in real life.
Using a screen reader, turn on narrator by pressing Windows plus Control Enter. For more ability features, Windows plus U, or select the accessibility icon in the bottom corner.
But for now, we're just going to leave this as is, and that would be for the unboxing. If you guys want to see this in action once again, make sure to check out the setup video. Hey guys, on today's video, I'm taking a look at this iPhone 16 that we just got today. So, the iPhone 16, here's the box. Not much information around it, but on the back, you guys are going to see the serial number, how many gigs it's got, and all that stuff. And there are 2 tabs that we have to open up, so we have to take that one out. Then there's another one here, so we can actually open this up. So we're just going to take that one out. There you go. And finally, the box will just open up like so. So here it is. We're going to put this on the side so you guys can see what's inside the box. And what do we have? Well, we got, well, that's a tool for our SIM card and this cable. So this cable is USB-C. We're going to take that out in a second. And here's our manuals. So I shouldn't call them manuals, I guess. Just paperwork for your phone. There are no stickers for those of you who love those Apple stickers. And inside this box, there's nothing else. That's it. So at this point in time, you're looking at everything right inside the box. But anyways, let's just get started opening these guys up. Now here is the cable that we get with the iPhone 16. And yep, it's the exact same one that you guys get with the 16 Plus, by the way. So if you're watching this video, just to see what cable you get, exact same one, USB-C. And how can you make sure it's the legit one? Well, besides, that's the one that came with the box. Right here, if we zoom in, there's no Apple logos or anything like that, but there's really small writing in there. That's all the writing that you guys are gonna see around the cable. So if I turn this around, there's nothing more. And that's it. Around the cable, the braided, because it is braided, there's no numbers, no Apple logos, nothing. So this is the cable that we get with the iPhone. So again, it's pretty standard cable, nothing to it. It is braided, the one that you guys get. Both sides should be USB-C. And yes, any side can go into your phone and the other one to your computer or your laptop to charge up. Now here is the SIM card tool. Let me just zoom in a little bit. That's the one that we get in order to just insert our SIM card, which is something necessary for us to make calls, get data, and all that stuff on our phone. So this is it. If you guys ever lose this, don't worry about it. Use your earring, and that will work just fine. Now remember I said that you get manuals? Yeah, this is the paperwork. So there's not much to show you about the paperwork itself. If you guys want to check out the setup video, I do have a setup video manual for your phone. So that's where you guys get to see this in action, not just what's inside the box like this video right here. But anyways, let's just take a look at the phone. So here is the phone. And again, iPhone 16. I'm going to just show you around. Actually, let's just take this out. Although I'm always paranoid while taking this out because I don't want to get any type of scratch before on my screen protector. But anyways, I'm going to be careful with not touching the screen. Hopefully won't fail at that. Around it, so ports. So there's buttons, SIM card. Then we have the only port that you're gonna see on an iPhone, which is right here. Then we got this right here, more buttons. Nothing here. So at the top, and that's it. That's it for the ports. The camera itself, it's gonna be looking on the back. You guys can see two lenses. On the front, you guys will also see a camera. That's for your selfies. Then as the color itself, for some reason on my camera, it looks way more blue than in real life. Real life, it looks way more purple. So I'm not sure why that is. But yeah, it looks more like, see this purple here near the lenses? That's how this looks. So it doesn't look as blue. In camera, it looks a lot more blue. Not sure why. That's always the problem when you order these guys. You don't really know the color, even if you're looking at the website itself. It's never the same color that you guys will see once it reaches your house. It's always going to be slightly different. So again, this is a purple color, but it just looks blue on camera for some reason. So let's just turn it on. So let's turn it on for the very first time. We can just tap our power button, hold onto it, and we should see an Apple logo loading up very soon. And there we go, there's the Apple logo. So here we go, Apple logo is loading up. Phone's turning on very soon, so you guys can appreciate the screen just a little bit. Again, it's hard to appreciate screens and all that stuff in a video, but at least you guys get a glance. And an unboxing video, so we got to see everything that's inside the box already. That's how the phone looks like. Again, it's an iPhone 16, so this is the standard one. Obviously, it's a little bit bigger. The Plus, you guys can see the differences between the Plus and this guy, because there is a difference between the two in size. And other than that, there's really not much more to show you. Just again, the camera's up there. I already showed you guys all the buttons that it's got, ports, the back of it, how it looks like. There's not much to it. The two lenses. Now the screen itself, it's a nice screen, pretty much the same thing as all the other phones. It's got that black border around it. But as far as an unboxing goes, we are all done. That's it.
Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna between the Plus and this guy, because there is a difference between the two in size. And other than that, there's really not much more to show you. Just again, the camera's up there. I already showed you guys all the buttons that
We gonna take it, 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 gonna take it.
Hey guys, on today's video, we're gonna be doing a quick unboxing, so let's get started. We just got this shipped in. So here we go, here's the box. Now around the box, there isn't that much information.
We gonna take it, gonna take it, gonna.
Hey guys, on today's